I know I mentioned in the group that I have so much to talk about. I have been, busy with just regular life, and I apologize. I am doing my best to get videos completed, which is why I've been doing, or at least trying to do these voiceovers, because they're so much quicker. I can do these throughout the day, but I wanted to talk about when we transform into who we are meant to truly be. This is taking place naturally now, without your awareness now. God is trying to implement these light changes within, because we have failed to do so on our own as a society, and it is time to bring back light to humanity and this earth. So it's been taking place for at least 20 to 30 years. There have been others who have been doing this, ascending longer before, myself. My journey began 15 months ago. But there was a huge change in energy last year. It was huge. Magnificent. And I don't know if you felt it, but last year was a huge, a veil was lifted from the earth and things began to shift. Society was shifting. Everything was changing, where all kinds of darkness was coming into the light, and people were seeing lies, darkness, pain all over the place. It was just everywhere. And that has to take place for the light to come in and take over. And with these energies, again, they're naturally coming down. God is naturally allowing it to come into who we are and to transform us, to help us, again, because we have failed to do so. We have failed to live at our fullest existence that we possibly can be. And then there's people who are here, like myself, and possibly you, if you're watching this and resonating with this, and you need to use your own intuition about that and guidance, that when we are here to help humanity, we have to go through this first, which is probably the reason why it's so much more complicated, because here we are trying to just exist and something else is taking place within us. I did this with an awareness that I wanted something different. I knew I wanted something different, but this was the outcome. It was not what I expected, and I am grateful that this is taking place. It was necessary anyway, but there are people who are having this placed upon them as well. And I said that I wasn't expecting this, but as I realized it, I opened my arms to it. I opened my mind to it and my heart to it, because I saw light. I saw the light. I saw it, and I began eliminating my fear. But there are people who are going through this and will never understand what it is. And I hope that it is not you, because you're missing out on a greater way of being, living, existing, understanding, and knowing. And so there is something that takes place, and it's called, I guess it could be called the Ascension cold and an Ascension flu. Humanity has, when we first got here or created, we were not supposed to be sick. We were not supposed to be struggling at all. And man has done this, okay? We live in a 3D reality where we are limited, when we are sick, when we are full of pain and suffering. That is what it is to have the 3D consciousness. And so I guess now I need to explain what that is that when you are in a lower level of consciousness, it means that you are understanding at a certain level only. Like, you will not think outside of your own box. You will not understand somebody else's point of view. You won't even attempt to, okay? You are stuck feeling every single thing that you are feeling. So if you are always feeling pain and very low, anger, hatred, all kinds of those, negative emotions, you are thinking in lower level of consciousness. You are restricting yourself, you are limiting yourself. And when you begin to step out in faith, to just understand something other than what you know, you begin to open up something. Your mind opens. And when your mind opens, your heart begins to open. And the more that you do this, the more that you expand into your higher level of consciousness, your higher self. And then the more that you do this, you never stop. Your consciousness can go as high as you want it to go by your way of thinking and understanding, by opening up to something else other than what is familiar to you. So as we expand into our truest self, we begin to eliminate every single thing that we have been taught to believe since the beginning of time, which means that when we are allowing the beautiful light energy to enter into us, or even when we don't allow it, because it takes place regardless, it's doing the work for us naturally. It's trying to clean us out of all of the negative energy that we have ever retained from the beginning of time. And this will go on and on for however long it's necessary. If you are fighting it, you don't understand it, it happens, and you will just kind of like deal with like pain and then the struggling that goes along with it. But when you begin to, okay, I'm going to trust what this individual is saying, because it kind of makes sense. You're opening up something. A little spark goes off and you can heal. When you understand something, you heal a part of you. And so that's what the energy does. It comes in and tries to transform us into a natural light. But by doing so, it has to eliminate our old emotions, our old pain, our old fears from our own existence, but from the existence of time, of man. And then you are transformed finally into the light being that you really are. But until then, you will have tons of illnesses, because our emotions and our thoughts are toxins, and they have to be secreted out of us in whatever way it is necessary. So let's just say you have tons of negative thoughts. Perhaps you're going to have tons of headaches or tons of sinus infections, sore throats, because you are not speaking your truth. Different areas of your body radiates what's going on, and what fears or doubts or worries or everything that's going on within your body. It's retained in certain areas. And once all of this is gone and out of you, the illnesses will become less and less and less, and then none at all. You'll probably eventually just begin to feel maybe just tired, or a slight pain in the body because of where light is still trying to come through. You can just feel it. It's not a true pain like you once realized or felt before. It's more like of a pressure, if you will. But sickness begins to decrease, and the amount of time that you're sick will also decrease. So like I used to be sick sometimes for 2 weeks to a month, and very severe with chest congestion, asthma, and things like that, where it would just wipe me out, or months and months of migraines. Now it's, a few days here, a few days there, and it's not so intense. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, it does get intense in there, because there's a lot of fear that I am still trying to shed. Parts of me that no longer serve me are trying to come out still, to open the way and make the way for more light energy. So everybody is going through this now. And we have been taught to believe that we are, again, sick, and it's flu season and all kinds of stuff. And we're like, well, okay, it's just a virus here. It's this, and this. It's light energy trying to give you something better. That's what it is. That's what it always has been. But when we have faith in an illness, that illness exists. Okay? I have faith that this is what I did have was part of my ascension and transformation into my higher self. And in doing so, I receive my higher self. When you think low, you receive lower vibrational situations and outcomes. When you think high, you receive higher vibrational situations and outcomes. So I just wanted to put that out there for you. When you see things within a different light, you see things with love. And that's what I hope to give to you today. Much love, health, and healing your way. This is Christy. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.